just about ready for the action to get going.
Yeah, it's going to be loading a backup, and then it'll be live in a moment or two. Admin says live in about a minute, so
Oh, cool.
not too long.
Realized they had to still fix it up. Don't have to chat on my side. Paying attention.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into this one though. We already did give a quick rundown of the veto, but what way are you thinking it's going to shape up?
Well, I mean, just looking at the maps for the Mongols, of course, it's basically their favourites, unfortunately, for FyR Esports. I mean, we just look at previous results of the Mongols and look at their stats on these maps. Of course, they haven't been playing necessarily under the Mongols banner for too long, but when they're under IHC, of course, they were very happy to go toward Mirage, and they've always had good results on that. In fact, they used that map to great effect to beat Rare Atom in that decider match of the RMR. I would say probably other maps available, like Inferno, is one that they probably go to more than others. But they did lose it to Greyhound at the RMR, so it'll be interesting to see how that would go, considering they of course did pick it. But yeah, either way, I'm expecting this one to be a Mongols 2-0. FyR Esports, I think I remember them, as I said, I think I remember a few of them from last season, but obviously it's very difficult to actually get proper information on the Far East Russian team when you only really have Liquipedia to go to, and they don't have a profile. That's about all you can do other than digging into the ESEA stuff. So yeah, it's hopefully we see some talent on that side today.
Well, either way, we're not waiting anymore. We are finally ready to get into the action. As you were saying, Mirage and Nuke, two maps that the Mongols have had success on versus Rare Atom only recently. Inferno also one that they can play, so certainly a difficult best of 3 ahead for FyR. It says the pause is removed. Am I crazy? There we go. Was yours like weirdly frozen there?
It was a little bit, yeah, but
That
it's
was
fine now.
strange. I think that was just some
We're
GoTV
sorted.
sided things. Either way, Hasteka wants to get aggressive in the beginning of this pistol. Not sitting back, he wants to press the issue. And the rest of his team are looking to do the same as they push in on ramp and find the bomb completely alone. Okay, well, that's going to make things very interesting.
That will certainly help. Hasteka is very low from his fight earlier, though, so Sanj will take him down. But Blitz is checking to see if someone's dropped out of Palace, and he'd be right to do so. That's a beautiful tap on Shandarez. Lovely job. More work for Sanj. And actually, he gets himself 2. That's disgusting. Lovely 2 headshots there. But now Blitz is in a very good position to cancel out this angle. He looks for the information, spots it, then falls back away. Because, of course, see, he still has the bomb. So, 2v2 with Sanj having some utility. Let's see if they can figure it out.
Yeah, this is doable. I mean, we've already pulled it back from what looked like it was a near impossible beginning to the round. And even with Bartek going aggressive here up mid, it's going to be a pretty late flank. So if they do end up pushing out A while he's still on this long flank and just overwhelm Blitz, then things really could spiral out of control. Bit of an off angle, at least, and on the bomb site being held by Blitz. He'll hope to tap the head of the first as it shows. That's going to be Sanj who he sees. Unfortunately, he's not landing. Instead, Husky is going to be able to rip his head off, and that gives plenty of space now for the bomb to be planted. As I mentioned, that flank's coming in, but it's just a bit too late to do anything about the plant itself.
Yeah, no kit as well, so Bartak, he's going to have to hurry up here. Both of the FyR Esports players putting themselves in towards CT, so that's a good decision. They can play off of each other, of course, in this angle. 9 bullets left in the Sanj USP, but Husky has got a Glock, so no reason to be concerned about that. And Bartek is clearing out everything apart from the angle that he needs to, unfortunately. Double CT is going to catch him off guard. And there's no time for the defuse now. FyR Esports have won this pistol round. Bartek's going to try and fall away with his kills. He does manage to get that one, and if he can save with 100 Kevlar, that would be nice. Let's see if he manages it. He doesn't, unfortunately. He drops down to 98, so can't get a $350 helmet upgrade, but that's only a small factor. They'll be probably forced buying anyway. FyR Esports take a really well-deserved recovery on that pistol. Good fight.
Yeah, I like the idea in the beginning with the aggression in towards the apartments and in towards ramp. It looked like they had really everything going their way. But some big individual plays really is what turns it around from FyR, from Sanj in particular. With that now, their force buy is pretty limited. If a massive scout, some deagles, I mean, they can combine and do some good damage, but as long as FyR who are pretty heavy on this rifle buy here, could go out and trade themselves rather. There shouldn't be too much trouble, and with the smokes down, with the flashes going over as well, they should have a chance to isolate a couple of these fights. Although, as I say that, the smoke down on the middle of the bomb site instead of towards the CT, they're willing to take most of these engagements, which is a little bit dangerous, especially with a player still in on the bomb site itself.
Yeah, they're playing the long game, actually, Mongols on this one. The FAMAS is not choosing to show his hand on Bartek whatsoever. Chandra is pushing close. Good headshot towards Blitz. He's got teammate support, but in comes Bartek. More damage is being done, but finally Husky realizes the situation. Nicely done. Seka could catch Chandra in the back, because now he's out of bullets. But he's only got the Glock out now. Knife has to come out, because I think Husky's out of everything. Makes sense. Now it's just Annihilation playing around with this scout around triple. He's also out of bullets, I believe. And has to resort to a knife fight, and that doesn't work for either one of them. Chandras and Husky get away with it, and they do get a clean 2-0 to start. Just an interesting factor, of course, with FyR Esports, of course, being a Far East Russian team. The reason why they're obviously allowed to play in this league. Pings actually aren't that bad. Mongols are all around average 50. We've got 58, 58, 57, 54, 51, of course. And on FyR Esports, we've got 79, I think, the highest, which is Shandarez, and 67 being the lowest. So ping difference isn't too bad, which means it shouldn't play too much of a role in this game.
Yeah, Rush is a pretty big place. There is those areas where you have to play in these leagues, otherwise your ping would just be hundreds. Good cleanup so far, only Annihilation left standing. I mean, I think what is it, Vladivostok or something is like the closest, like the furthest city, and that's like not even far from the likes of Japan and stuff, I don't think. Like that's how far Russia goes.
I'll be real with you, my geography for that part of the world is not great.
Ah, okay.
But I'll take your word for it.
Oh, I think it's some land they took from Manchuria or something, like the early 1900s, late 1800s. I don't know. My history's a bit rough.
History and geography of that area is not my strong suit. But Counter-Strike is my strong suit, so at least I'm in the right place for this one.
Heavy
First
on
buy
the
round.
Galil's kept in play. No upgrades.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, Galil's a very good gun, right? I mean, if anyone's watched some CS2 gameplay, the Galil sounds even nicer in that game, and this wallbang could work out great. 4 HP on Chandra remaining. Annihilation's got his AWP out, of course, as well for that position. He does get himself that one frag. Now support comes in from Techno to try and bail out his AWP, and it works out beautifully. Annihilation gets a second too. Steka can peek from connected to help out Blitz on the duel toward mid. Zingy last alive, gets himself one, but that will probably be it.
That was crazy. I mean, you don't normally see this many Galils kept over just because those initial rounds usually have a few more casualties, but they went so cleanly. They had 4 Galils coming in here, and well, they just get picked apart either way. I don't think it really would have mattered what they had up in the apartments right there. Annihilation alongside Bartek just destroyed them. Leaving only Kat, who I'm not too sure what his actual name is. I'm presuming Kat and Banjo aren't
it's Zingy.
who they claim to be.
Yeah, it's Zingy. If you want to switch to cams for a split second and put in the sanitize muted players command, that's fine by me.
You'll have to throw as the command again as I forget.
Okay, I will do. I will do exactly that.
Right, we're on the screen for a second.
I got you.
Oh, while we're on cams, I can't actually click in and get that off your thing.
Do you want me to tell you out loud? CL underscore sanitize with an S.
Yeah.
Underscore muted underscore players 0. Yeah.
Cool. We're good now.
Back. We're back.
Here we go.
Teething issues, guys. We're good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Zingy, and we have Shandarez as well, who
That's
was previously Banjo.
Yeah, those were the two, Banjo and Cat, who I had the same thing, so I had to do it. Duel toward ramp. Bartak got himself a 1-for-1, but Husky manages to trade it nicely. So 4 versus 4 before Chandra gets in the action again. Annihilation in position, but Blitz holding a big off angle and the bombs crossing in the open. Husky is now very much in the open, that bomb, but the smokes are up, so that allows Zingy to recover it. And Techno is getting spammed down through CT, very low HP, and Ace finally finishes him off. And Hasteka 1 versus 3. Lots of damage being done, but he takes a lot of damage himself going for that opening duel, and Zingy finishes it off. So Zingy, formerly known as Cat, off to a good start, 3-2.
Ace is kind of just chilling. He's 0-5 right now, hasn't had to do too much.
I think he's got 1 kill. Let me double check that because he had a minus. Did he have 1 kill? No, he has 0 ADRs. Maybe I'm wrong. But there was one player who started off -1 because they disconnected in the pistol round. So maybe I'm wrong on that one. But A6 does have 0 ADR right now, so I probably will be wrong.
Sorry, got a bit loud in my background there. I had to mute for a sec.
No problem.
See if he can pick it up soon. They're gonna ideally need it. He could perhaps give them a chance to keep pushing this lead up even further. For now, though.
I mean, we mentioned that like Mongols are obviously the strong favourites for this game, but like at the same time, you have to look at it as FyR Esports are an incredibly unknown team. So, you know, there could be things that Mongols just get completely caught off guard by.
True. Though on a map like Mirage here, I think they should just be taking wins if they're the favourite. There's nothing too crazy that can be thrown at them to catch them off guard.
Yeah.
But a rough start losing at the pistol and such, that can always be a problem. And well, long range Mach 10 kills, they're pretty useful. Husky caught between 2 and Connector, unfortunately. Done his best to even get away with the 1. But it gives Ace and Sanj a very winnable 2-on-2. There's no kit, there's little utility here for the CTs. And you can see Techno even for now stuck on an MP9, but he's got this flank. This should be the drop on at least one. There we go, Sanj. Caught completely off guard. Ace now up on Palace. I was going to say, I thought he might have seen the barrel. Apparently not, but it doesn't matter. Jumps in and finishes him off. So plenty of time. They'll upgrade. They'll get that defuse in and even salvage a couple more nades, I think.
Yep. The Annihilation Ops been recovered too. Annihilation did well to get 1 before he was pinched in Connector, like you said. Husky actually took down the biggest threat there, but in the end, the biggest threat was the MP9 flank. And even though Techno was sort of mid-air with that MP9, I believe the MP9 is one of the most accurate guns mid-air or while on ladders. I think both count. It's incredibly powerful. And even though he was mid-jump, gets that spray down. Incredibly close range, of course. That certainly helped that situation. And Mongols get their second round. So, with patience, at least. But of course, there's still a buy available for FyR Esports. So, let's see if they can hit straight back and keep that economy honest on Mongols. Stecker maybe looking to boost his teammate. Oh no, he gets the van jump sorted, Techno. That's lovely. Didn't see that too often. Not the easiest little B-hop to hit. Gonna do it again? Ooh. I saw it from the first person POV. That was nice to see though. It's actually quite a hard jump to hit. You almost get rewarded for a kill. Rewarded as well. Which would have been nice, but not this time. Jumping smoke from Chanderez. Just coming in toward Con, sorting out the situation to get some mid control.
Bad windows, no.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gap, so Husky will have
Bit
to
of a gap.
use it
Smoked
again.
less at a window than the amount that's left open.
Listen, yeah, I agree with you. Like, I've got no argument for that.
It looks like they tried to smoke the angle in towards ladder room from jungle, maybe. That's what it effectively did smoke anyway. Oh, tag. That should make the finish easy on the USB. There we go for Annihilation. I was going to say, that gives them a fighting chance as it narrows the angles they have to deal with, but they're still just completely overwhelmed from that connector push. CT spawn being taken in the meantime as well, and although Blitz will get one of the players pushing through to take the control, there is many more coming in.
Yeah. To fight 2 people at once is never going to work out for you, for Stecker. And Blitz, even though he got that one, he had flash support, but FyR Esports didn't play it too aggressively before they got it done. And Techno in the open, dealt with by Chanderez nicely. And that'll be 5-2 for FyR Esports, looking very good. Even with Ace yet to get off the mark, doesn't matter. Your teammates are playing well as a group. New Bijan chat, I see there. Always around for some Counter-Strike. Good man. And Mongols are around for this round, but only really a half buy. Annihilation going for the M4 and the Kevlar, as he's got some extra cash. Techno on a Mag 7. I think Chandra is spotted. Hopefully the trade from Annihilation was always going to be there. Husky may have seen a leg there. In connector. I think he's avoided it for now. Annihilation in position. Looking for sound and does critical damage to him. Kim tries to spray the smoke though, and Zingy gets away with an headshot. That is fortunate. Blitz rushes into the smoke to pick up the M4 and it works out for him. Almost manages to switch it, but Bartak's actually the one to take him down. Oh no. That's awkward. He's trying to bait in his teammate, and I'm sure Bartak was trying to do the same thing, but one stray bullet catches his mate in the head. That is unfortunate. Max 7 Techno does some good damage, but he's so far away. They've tagged down Ace to 15. He's really struggling to get any kills so far this game, even in an advantageous situation like that. Bartak looking for something to save, but all he really finds is a PT-50. He finds the AK at least, which is something. He should be fine to save it. All three of the FyR Esports players will need to get away from the bomb as quickly as possible. But at least they do have a 6-2 lead. That is another impressive recovery. I don't think Bartak's team kill really made a difference in the end. I think FyR Esports would have taken that round anyway, to be fair.
Apologies, I am here. Just feeling a bit iffy.
All good, man. I'm here for you.
6-2 though, this is not how I was expecting things to go coming into this series. I thought MongolZ surely would have the upper hand throughout the entire thing, especially on Mirage here, which is a map that we already know they're pretty good on. They've picked up some solid wins over the likes of Rare Atom, but FyR have clearly brought something in. I would imagine maybe had a look at those recent games from the MongolZ as well to get a feel for what sort of way they play Mirage here, because they've been picking them apart so far. Smoke's down. A little bit of a spam does actually connect really good damage, not only getting that kill but dinking up Sanj, tagging up another player as well. Against Bartak, an easy time to peek out and finish off two of them. With that, a 4-on-2.
Yeah, Ace doesn't get caught in the open again. Annihilation. Another frag, and then Hesteka creeps in to deal with the bomb carrier and Zingy. Nicely done. MongolZ back on the score sheet, and they do it pretty successfully as well with 4 players alive, which is important. 3 AKs recovered as well.
Always nice having a bunch of AKs on that CT side, as we've seen.
Yeah, Bartak did good work with it.
Did they have no
in the
kits
previous.
at all?
That is interesting, yeah. I mean,
Which
we
is
saw that come to bite in the Rare Atom game yesterday when they didn't have a kit in overtime, but let's see if it matters. Bomb plant will need to be rushed in right now. Hesteka's doing a good job of holding back the play, but then Ace steps up, and there you go. PT-50 of Husky gets the frag, and he picks up the AWP to deal with Techno. Now the lack of kit on Blitz especially becomes an issue. Quick re-entry from short, though, and will deal with Husky, but he gets refaced immediately from bench. Bartak needs this frag. Just as he jumps out, though, is when he gets an awkward peek, and he gets caught between the two of them, with Chandres boosted on the default box, and Blitz is in trouble.
He has a shot at this at least. Time in there, he just about misses spot and Ace, I believe, as he was crossing back over. Takes a ton of damage. And unfortunately, just one bullet from death there is an easy finish for Ace in the end, even as time to reclaim that up for his team. So it's a close round, but FyR off the back of what? Just pistols, Kevlar on some of the players. I don't think it was even everyone. They managed to pull it off.
Yeah, they got the first 2 kills as well, did MongolZ. We thought for sure that they'd managed to hold that one back, but the fact that Hesteka let a couple of players jump past him before he took the third, it caught him off as Ace had the AK, and it caught off Annihilation as well. And Ace's first 2 kills of the game win him a 1v1, so you know, doesn't matter how many kills you have as long as you get the impact ones, and he most certainly did that.
No kit, Deagle for Bartak, it's not ideal. just slowed down by FyR. The quicker rounds have been working out incredibly well for them as well, but they just don't want to take the risk here, knowing that the nades aren't quite in play for the Mongols. Techno with the initial kill, not allowed to back off though. Spotted above the smoke, his teammate decides to re-aggress. We might even see a peek from short here that's about to be punished as well. Shendera is just given the opportunities, and we've seen them so far that they're willing to snatch them up. FyR are more than capable. I think a bit more tame maybe was the need. Rather, they needed to be a bit more tame in their play right there.
Yeah. Annihilation's going to be in the right place to try and deal with this, and now the bomb's been dropped by Bartek, but it's just a lovely shot from Ace. Now Bartek with the AWP needs to try and win himself a 1v3. He gets the first, and the last two players are fighting him pretty aggressively. They're going to be coming in really quick, and yeah, even though he gets his pistol out and tries to spam it, he gets it sorted out. So FyR Esports 8-3. They're guaranteed a lead at the half, which is very important for them. Mongols struggling a little bit. Obviously, this is FyR Esports' pick, so maybe you would expect this to come through, but still a massive underdog, of course. To see how it works out. Just Eagles. The USP for Annihilation. They're looking for something on his aggression toward mid, but nothing as of yet. Inferno map 2, as I'd expect to see Mongols do some of their best work. But so far we've only seen upsets really so far in Challenger League Asia. Yesterday we saw Rare Atom lose, of course. They did have their blitz. Hang on a second. They're back to that in a second. Looking for a second frag, not to beat. Annihilation can certainly hear Sanj coming his way, though. Can he get a USP frag? He can. That's going to be a free gun to take. 4v3. Bomb being planted on the A-bomb site. And Shadows is kind of in the open, and they actually get spammed straight through the smoke by Techno. Azteca's going to try and deal with Ace, and he manages that with the Deagle as well. Well, how about that? Another random round that goes Mongol's way. That's two of those, actually, that's come through so far. Unfortunately, they can't win as many gun rounds as they'd want. Still an important one. But anyway, yeah, Rare Atom, of course, yesterday losing in their opening best of 3 in this season's Challenger League. Probably would give a reason to that of recent travels to Mongolia for the RMR. And the fact they are playing with Cammy, the coach. And I believe it was Mosier who was sick, so couldn't do much about that, unfortunately. Using one of your youngest stars. And the money's been very close, like the whole game of this one so far too. So actually, it's interesting that we're seeing another one of these pistol buy rounds that come through, and it might work again. Annihilation's just stuck here. The fact he gets away with one kill is a bit of a miracle. Blitz, can he get one and fall away? He can, but long range Tech 9 taps in CT spawn. Sanj is doing so much work. Blitz looking to try and drop in towards Sandwich, and he's got a good position now, but insta-dinked by Ace again. And Sanj even goes back towards CT with the Tech 9 to take Hestecker. What are you supposed to do about this? Zingy with the AWP, deals with Techno, and again it's Tech 9's to figure out a round. Mongols just can't keep a streak going. And they have money for an AWP in this round for Annihilation again, but they've lost 2 big rounds, Mongols, to the Tech 9s. If they hadn't have done that, it would have been more of an even game, like a 7-6 or something. The recovery buy isn't too bad, at least. AWP, 2M4s, Deagle, and 5-7. Nice double spray down, looking for a third, but he only had 5 bullets for that one, and Shandorez finishes it off. But once again, the Blitz Deagle works out for a frag. Has a free AK to pick up on short as well, and with Techno already here, it's only Ace, and he'll get sprayed down comfortably. So 9-5. Quick rounds. And now the bike probably is actually slightly worse for FyR Esports than MongolZ overall. They're going to have Husky probably on a Tech 9. Zingy can afford an AK, but Sanj Galil, I'd imagine. There it is. So 4 rifles at least. And good util as well, actually. So I'd say it's just as an even round as the others. Let's go aggressive, though. Once again. And not for the first time this game. The first kill that comes through drops the bomb. Good information for Blitz, but he's kind of alone right now, so just trying to use his utility to keep Husky at bay, and that nade is decent. Tags him down. And while they realise that the bomb is being fought for top mid, FyR Esports might take the opportunity to jump out toward A. We've got one ramp and one Palace right now. But Blitz checks it at a good timing. Avoids Palace as well before Bartek comes in and helps out. Annihilation sorting out that one. And even a tag to the edge of the wall as well before Heseka gets the final frag. So 6 on the CT side for Mongols, not too bad. FyR Esports have the lead by 3 though. RMR's looking very interesting so far today. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been keeping up with that one. G2 just squeaked past Aurora in the end. That was a lot closer than a lot of people were expecting, even though Aurora have been so good this year. Cloud9 had to go to OT to deal with Eternal Fire. Forza then beat NIP as well at the same time. NIP one loss, away from elimination. Currently Spirit a map up on Astralis, but 7-4 behind in map 2. Hence 14-14 with iNation after winning the first map 16-0. So it would be funny if that one went to overtime after a clean sweep on map 1. At least it's good for iNation to show some presence in the series, at least. I do enjoy the fact that the Mongols are back to the Mongols tag. Well, I see what they were known as for a good amount of time. Obviously, there are a lot of issues with that organisation and owners getting caught up of that organisation getting caught up in trouble. So it's good to see the Mongols tag being revitalised for their spot at the major. Mongol stickers will go pretty hard, I reckon. Wish I could do the short jump. I think I made it about twice, but doing it consistently is not for me, unfortunately.
Hello, sorry. I am not doing good this morning, so I apologize for my absence.
It's okay, man. You can't help it, can you? So.
No. But 9-6 at the half-time. Bit of a recovery anyway from the Mongols.
Yeah, they won the last 2 rounds of the half.
Yeah, I was trying to keep an eye on the game where I could right there, but it's a little bit distracted. My stomach, so.
No, I can imagine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there was one round where FyR Esports won another Tech 9 round, so it could have been a lot better again in this half for Mongols. That's 2 in a row now, really, where they tried to get a little build-up of rounds, but stopped by a Tech 9 rush, so it could have easily been an 8-7 to them rather than a 9-6 to FyR Esports. But anyway, second half's about to get underway. After a little break, and Blitz with the utility. Chanderez with a nade and a flash on Husky. Let's get this second half underway.
Dual Berettas, a HE. It's an interesting combo for Shinderas. He is in on this B bomb site as well, where they've got the bit of a stack. So this is going to be a crazy fight here for the Mongols if they want to take over the bomb site, and it is not happening. The Dual Berettas of Shinderas that I mentioned, he's already got 3. Honestly, I was expecting the 4th. Might still come his way. There we go. Is it going to be the ace? We have to see it. 5 bullets left. 1 kill needed. Don't steal it on him, boys. Damage done. Zingy himself taken down. They need to be careful not to give too much away here, but really in this 3-on-1 it should be impossible to lose. The only question is, does that ace come in? Sanj, you're a terrible teammate. You're dropped. Nah, kid.
That was a good play though. Again, like maybe that's some scouting that FyR Esports have done with what Mongols like to do on their T side pistol, because they had a decent stack there.
Must have had a read on that, yeah. So heavily committed. They had their player with their utility and their dual Berettas over there, as well as having the 3 players. So they had a really good feeling as to what was going to happen. Well, we're not really seeing much of a force buy in return, unfortunately, from the Mongols. Focus on hopefully getting a bomb plant so that they can fund the buy as soon as possible, I would imagine, because there's a few players around 1,500, so their economy isn't quite perfect, even with the 2,400, I believe, they'll be getting in this next round. So the bomb plant would be nice just to ensure nades and such. Either way, that's not really happening right now. They have a Deagle and a Tech 9 left standing, and although the pistols have been successful throughout this game, for FyR especially, unfortunately the Mongols are not going to be able to do the same. 1 casualty suffered. It's only Sanj who goes down. Deserved that for stealing the ace in the previous round. But yeah, 11-6 is the score. Comfortable,
you have to say, at the moment. Let's see how Mongols can put their T-side into action, though, because that can always change stuff up. Sometimes CT sides can be a bit difficult when you're not as... they don't have as much tactical depth as a team perhaps like Mongols. I'd say tactical depth, I mean, a lot of the time their tactics are go headshot, and that is certainly the tactic that Blitz has put into play. 30 HP remaining after his opening tag, and they're just going to absolutely swarm the A-bomb site. Husky is stuck, and it's this sort of pace that I wonder will probably give a good chance for Mongols to get back into this game, because FyR Esports, they might be able to get an AWP sooner or later, but if they don't, I wonder how long it will take them to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, this is FyR's map choice. We do have to remember that. So if the Mongols can turn things around and take this, then they could still be in a fantastic position to take a 2-0 going on towards Inferno. So I do want to see if FyR can keep this up now that they're on the CT side as well, and now that they've had a little bit of a stumble where their economy isn't going to be quite at the same level as it was. Obviously, they were doing a good job at winning out force buys with the Tech 9s and such, but when you're on the CT side, it's not quite as simple. You don't just rush a bomb site. You've got to play things out a little bit differently, taking map control and such with the aggression on those pistols rather than just sitting into a kind of default play. So do you think we'll probably see some investment? I'm surprised we're getting an M4 from Husky though. They should be fully buying at this point since everyone else has as well, but I don't know if I love this.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird decision, but at the same time, they've won rounds with a lot less this game, so it doesn't surprise me. Of course, that was T-side, but still. Ace can afford an M4 of his own if he wants to go for it, which I assume he will.
Yeah, I mean, get the FAMAS maybe up close on B, perhaps boosted. Get the M4 in close on ramp, maybe even with the scout playing off of it, perhaps.
Yeah.
Just try some things, basically. Sorry, now I have hiccups. It's just not my morning.
I prefer the SMG close than a FAMAS, but he's got a FAMAS and didn't choose yet the MP9, so unlucky, really. You need to put the FAMAS in a spot where you're at least trying to guarantee yourself a 1-for-1. Get lucky if you get 2.
Bit of a longer pause. Hopefully not a super long one. Normally we can say we'll ask the producer or the admin, but I'm the producer right now, and
you know what? I'll check. I'll check the Discord for you. See if there's any messages. There is a message. It's a TeamSpeak issue and shouldn't take long.
People still use TeamSpeak.
Yeah, I mean in general, it's surprising, isn't it? But it is most used by professional scene usually.
Actually, I still have it installed and it's pinned on my desktop, on my tab bar, you know, but I haven't
Mine is
used it.
too, because I have to use it for broadcast sometimes.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it. It's down towards the left side. It's beside Battle.net, which I haven't used in a long time either.
Battle.net, my
Yeah.
god. It's a throwback.
And the Rockstar launcher.
The Rockstar launcher.
Red Dead.
God damn.
That's the
I actually
company it's
haven't
keeping.
played Red Dead before.
You haven't played Red Dead? I used to love the
I have
first one.
not.
I didn't get into the second as much because everything's just very slow. Like, I wanted to play the
Right.
story, but if you want to skin a deer, it's going to take you 10 real minutes, like, basically. Not literally, but the animations are fucking long. Blitzstone waiting on the aggression up mid and spotted 4 players. Unfortunately, ran out of bullets by the time he gets the second kill of his own. It won't cause them too much trouble, though, as his teammates help him clear it up. And while the Zingy left alone with a scout, there's nothing really he can do. He dishes out a bit of damage, but there's not even going to be a finish off the back of it.
Yeah, but it was actually kind of fortunate there. He had 1 bullet left. Kind of thinking going for the no scopes. Actually managed to tag Techno. Okay, he's still got a chance, but it's 1 bullet, and Techno knows that. There we go. But yeah, Blitz actually got a bit fortunate. Got caught off guard by the first spray. Missed quite a few bullets, and the second kill, he only had, I think, as far as I saw, quite literally 1 bullet, and he connected it. Thankfully, the person he hit was low, so grabs the kill. Now it's a FyR Esports full eco. Mongols should at least get to 9, and it's game on.
Yeah, we're getting this one close now. Full USP is a couple flashes just so that they can stack up around connector, it seems, and wait for the steps in on mid. They'd want to throw it now. Fortunately, I don't think they're expecting to push quite as fast from the Mongols as it's coming through, so they do end up kind of getting just caught up in connector and mowed down, and even the 1 kill that comes in is has unfortunately left the weapon rather in a position that's not quite recoverable, so I'm not expecting much more to come through, if anything, and yeah, exactly, they're going to get cleaned up. The 1 AK kept out of their hands. It's 11-9, 2 rounds in the difference, and even if the buy comes in here, which, I mean, it should for FyR, but they're not going to have amazing utility, they're not going to have an op, even glass cannon. I wouldn't have minded maybe even a half investment here, but considering the scoreline, you want to just get those M4s out as well, but there's no kit. Nades could be a lot better, and if they lose this one, suddenly they're forced to pretty much give up an 11th round.
Yeah, all kind of hangs on this round. You're not wrong. Chance for an 11 all. Smoke toward the bottom of connector for Husky. Maybe go for a peek over the top of it, but looks like Mongols are going for a fast speed play. Flashes in action from Annihilation. He's got tons of flashes. He's got all the flashes dropped on the floor. I think he's just thrown about 5 there. Blitz coming in from the flank towards short as well. Nice split through mid. At the moment, it's a 2 for 2 before Hasteke finishes it off, so bomb can be planted for short. There's smoke on the floor as well, so he can use one and then deploy another. There it is. Smartly done. Can now use it on the window and the door. And they should be able to hold off against this 2 versus 3. Ooh, hang on. Husky coming up from short will catch Blitz on the angle, and Hasteke's going to be caught in between 2 players in a second if he's not careful. And now Annihilation just gets pre-fired by Husky. What a beautiful pre-aim that was. Okay, that was not what I expected on the retake. That's a great recovery from FyR Esports.
Smooth as hell on that retake as well from Husky. 3 kills for himself, and with that a big round from FyR, because as we had said, they lose that suddenly it's 11-11, and then they're tied against the favourites. They no longer have the upper hand on their own map choice. Instead, thanks to that clutch, they have a solid 3-round lead, which, if they take this round, could be extended potentially up towards 14-9. There's only money really on like 3 of the players on the Mongol, so they probably would scrape together a buy, but still an opportunity for FyR to leave them in a somewhat awkward position. Hasteke completely blind, and doesn't matter, he gets that kill on the Sanj. I don't know how he makes that work. Blitz is going to find one in the meantime as well, and although there's been a small trade back from Shandaris, most of the success has gone the way of the Mongols up until now, where it started to shift back a bit.
Annihilation will rotate back through T-spawn with the bomb, but Ace has managed to catch off Hasteke again. MP9 and Ladderum. Another frag, and that's an AK upgrade as well. Annihilation looking close toward ramp, looking for a pre-aim and gets it done. Shandaris goes looking for information and gets punished for it. So now with utility available for Bartak especially, Annihilation has a smoke, which he'll use for the top of connector. Should be able to get this bomb planted. Aggression towards CT, but unfortunately Bartek gets caught out by that. And Annihilation has to get the bomb planted, and unfortunately he's getting flanked already by Zingy. Easy spray in the end. AWP recovered. 13-9 FyR Esports. Bomb will go down, which means Mongols have a cash injection for a following buy, but FyR Esports getting ever closer to taking their map pick here.
Yeah, on track to themselves in a great position. I do wonder, again, we just don't know much about FyR, so I do wonder what their Inferno is like, because this is their map, Jay, so maybe it's not too surprising that they are putting up a solid fight here. Still a bit of a shocker that they have had so many fantastic rounds throughout this, and that they've been able to win out crazy ecos and such as well, or half buys rather, when they really shouldn't be, but still I wonder if this is something they can keep up for an entire series as Blitz rips the head off of Zingy. It's a very quick A play in the meantime as well. Unfortunately, catching Husky on the stairs. One more player in on the site itself.
Do they know?
I don't think so. It wasn't him who got the kill. That was Sanj from elsewhere, so he might still actually have the drop on them, especially as Ace begins to pop off heads. There's actually body shots on the cross, but they've gotten caught up on Tetris. I hate this. I used to shoot my teammates in scrims when they'd just go here and wouldn't move towards the bomb site. It's like, you know when you spray a cat with water? Like, move the fuck.
I know. I get what you mean. It's just frustrating in the situation as well, because they had utility to use it, but Chandra just dances around triple and deals with Annihilation comfortably. Blitz last alive. And yeah, they just got caught up for too long. They allowed the rotations to come through. It seemed like they weren't really sure where Sanj got that kill from, of course, considering it's a silenced M4. It seemed like they got caught with a lack of information and couldn't find a way to deal with it. And Cassandra is still lurking around. Made it impossible. Blitz looking for the first, but you know, they know he's in toward Palace. 30 seconds to go, and Shandaras is going to be underneath him in a second. Hard to hit any AWP shots when the CT is at a weird angle like that, so I think the smartest thing will be to fall back and save the AWP here. I think that's what he's going to do. 14-9.
I love what we're seeing from them. Kind of surprised though from just what we're seeing from the Mongols. They do not look as coordinated and as effective a team as you'd expect, considering the results they put about the RMR and such. But counter-terrorists win. See, they've still got time. Starting to lose a bit of faith about their Mirage here for sure, but either way, Inferno I believe next, and then they've needed Nuke as a decider, so still quite a bit ahead potentially that they can worry about. See, pause brought in for now so that they can try and salvage this in what is going to be pretty much their last attempt to do so. It'll need to be flawless from here on out for the Mongols.
Yeah, and what they're going to have in this round? Just the AWP? Maybe a Tech 9 or 2?
Well, it looks like. I've seen FyR pick up rounds similar, but only the pistols without the ops even, so.
Yep.
Perhaps it's the Mongols' turn to get one of these rounds.
Indeed.
CT economy's not that great either. Could be broken with maybe even just the one. I mean, you'd see two of the players scraping a bite together. Sanj would be a little bit too low to get his full investment, and Husky and Ace would be screwed, so it's doable.
Oh, good patience from Zingy there, actually. Saw the first player jumping across, and he knew there was an AWP being saved, so he didn't want to actually pull the trigger too early and just get insta-traded, but actually the player he took down wasn't the AWPer, so he did get insta-traded.
Slowed down big time after that initial exchange as well. Steka, about to get the opportunity, spots the shoulder, actually pressed the issue by jumping up onto the window. That was scary, but he managed to make it work. Ace spotted a player creeping forward on Bido in the meantime, and well, unfortunately, with that kill turned around once again, it's just individual players. What is going on? What the hell? Caught with a molly in hand. The op shot, though, is missed, and then yeah, all around just awkward exchange right there. Blitzing towards jungle will go ahead and finally make up for it. But yeah, they somehow have themselves a 2-on-3. But as I mentioned, everyone is separate. Annihilation's alone with the bomb right now over on B as they're taking A in the meantime. And, well, at least it is completely selling the fake.
It is indeed. Seca's got the line. 3 kills, 2 headshots with the AWP, 1 being a no-scope. Yes, that is a very ECL Asia Pacific region round, that's for sure. Seca managing to pick up the AWP from window, doing so much damage with it. Blitz, more like whiffs, unfortunately, towards short, but in the end it didn't prove to be a problem in the round. Good job on the recovery, and they keep FyR Esports away from map point, which is always important. So, only 4 rounds behind. If they deal with this one, FyR Esports will be on a full eco. It'll be 14-12, and before the next buy comes out. So, you never know. It's still on.
Techno shuts down that under push, and this looks like it's the Mongols coming to life once again. As I had mentioned, they'd fully invested here in Force, where a couple players were quite weak on money, so they're left with absolutely nothing now coming into this following round. So we're going to have an eco, we're going to have the Mongols up towards most likely 12 rounds before they even have their gun round to challenge. Meaning maybe 1 or 2 gun rounds are what stand between the Mongols and potentially still taking a 16-14 here. So you can see their path to victory. And if you're FyR, you've got to be slightly worried. 2 pistols being upgraded, even that's a bit much in terms of investment, in my opinion.
Do you have much of an opinion about the Mongols' roster change? Because I think a lot of people thought that Score was very, very good, and bringing in Hosteka was a little bit of an interesting decision. They still made the major, but I think overall they still don't look as good as they did with Score for me.
Yeah, I mean, Score's a player that I've got to follow a ton. I mean, been around as far back as I can remember. Maybe not since the original The Mongols team, but afterwards, you know, once they started swapping things up, I think that's basically when I've been watching him play since.
Yeah.
So, a very experienced player for sure, but maybe they just felt like they needed something new, something different and fresh in the team. Although, as you said, it doesn't seem to be working out too well for them so far here, with this map being a bit of a struggle. It does take time. So we'll see. Hosteka has been relatively decent, I think, throughout this game so far as well. Nice kill by Blitz.
Okay, yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, I can actually bring the scoreboard up. I'm used to not being able to do that. Yeah, he's on 22 kills right now. He's having a pretty solid performance. He's 80 or as well, 120 plus, so he's playing a really strong game. So, I mean, a good addition in that regard, but as you said, losing Score is still a pretty big loss for the team, no matter what.
Yeah, Hosteka's 24, of course. He came from multiple teams before, like Clutch Gaming, for example. D13, if you remember. D13 had a period in the EU toward the sort of mid-period of 2022 where they were in a lot of online qualifiers. Been around for a while. He was in the Mongols from the very beginning, actually, of his HLTV career, at least, when he was at the beginning of 2018, May 2018.
I don't think that was the original The Mongols lineup, though. It was once they got rid of Machine Gun and such, wasn't it, then, that he ended up in? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'll check the squad now. It was Hosteka, 9, NIN, 9. NCL, and Mara. So, yeah, you're right.
For one, what a shot from Husky. Okay. Caught him jumping. Techno should have a trade back on B in the meantime, and I think that's just going to be him calling for the bomb to full sprint over here now.
Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Interesting that FyR Esports realised in this round that it's actually something I've seen Body do a lot when he was on Heat, for example, and Double Pony. Oh, hang on a second. You know what? I'll get back to my point in a moment, because that's another ridiculous 1D from San. Surely Blitz and Techno can hold off against this recovery, but there's absolutely no doubt that FyR Esports are going to be going for this, because they can buy next round. They ecoed again. That was what was going to be my other point. And now there's some pressure. Blitz needs this ship frag, gets it, but he pulls out a nade, and Stange gets the trade. Thankfully, Techno will get it back, but he's out of bullets in the AK and has to go to the Deagle, spamming away, and eventually gets it done. Oh, Techno, that was way too close. And way too close for the Mongols overall, but they're okay, they're safe. And now they have a shot to make it even again at 14 apiece.
It's got to be scary now for FyR. This is their map choice. This is their opportunity to really get going in the series. Our lead has begun to slip away big time. Oh, Zingy. I'm not sure how exactly he got tagged up. Must have been nades somewhere. Their way. One player in on mid, close connector already. Everyone else pretty much grouped up around A. It's an interesting early setup. It looks like the Mongols are going to be moving really quickly with this. Azteka's already got an opening kill. Look at Techno. They have no idea. It's such an awkward fight as he makes his way down the ladder, but he gets the headshot, and they have just torn FyR apart. This round's done already. Ace should be just saving that M4 and the full set of utility that he has, but even then, that is going to be a difficult task.
It most certainly will. It's like the Mongols saw the scoreline and were like, oh shit, we might lose this map. It's time to step up a bit. And the last few rounds, they certainly have. The clutch from Techno is huge in a round where it was most certainly a risk. Ace is going to get instant-traded by Techno as well. 14-14. And the money, of course, for FyR Esports is in that situation where they might even have to play for OT more than play for this round victory. Chandrez has already bought dualies and half armor, so I reckon Mongols are in prime position here to get to map point first.
It's looking like it, but considering FyR have won out a few of these weaker buys already, mostly on the T side, of course, but I do not want to completely count them out here. They definitely have a shot of doing some damage with these Deagled, but as I say that, Blitz already catching one player quick down mid. Peeking towards connector. Annihilation shuts down the ramp peak as well, and that's the bomb already being planted. So, yeah, I mean, at this point, a couple exit kills maybe is the best that FyR can hope for. Maybe steal away a weapon. And, well, there's an AK towards top mid at the very least that they should be able to carry forward. But it's going to be 15. The Mongols taking themselves a map point here after initially being down 14-9. Was it even more than that, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was that. Nice cleanup. Just Sanj alive. Exit frags will be important, or to at least save this AK for a possible OT fight, but might be stopped by Techno in a split second. Nice movement. He's got one bullet, Techno. He's got one bullet. And no, he's out of bullets. So pistols to come out, but he still gets it done with the Deagle. Oh, goodness. They're starting to run a bit riot, and that's kind of what we expected. Blitz is up to 30s. We hit round 30. Nice 1 kill per round average. Can he make it more? Can Mongols get this map sorted?
Sorry, he was just getting some of the graphics updated for
Yep.
throwing it out of the game here in a few. Opening kill from Blitz though around the B apartments. A little bit of a change up as to where they took that up in the early stages. Actually rocking 2 of them. That's what kind of caught them off guard. Already FyR left in a 4-on-5. Not ideal.
It is not. And I'm going to say props to Azteka as well. That was that really important round, of course, where he picked up the open window and got 3 kills from it, just making an own solo play. But oh my goodness, Chandrez toward ramp. Bartak and Techno tried to make a play, and Chandrez just says no, blocks them both from exiting that smoke. I'm not sure if he knew much about the second kill, but he definitely knew a lot about the first. Damn. Now 3 versus 4, and Zingy's got the perfect position with the AWP, takes him down. Husky takes his Stecker out. Annihilation is 1v4, and they know exactly where he is. Frag taken, and we're going to OT. What a recovery. That did not seem likely after the streak that Mongols have put together, and now we've got more rounds to play out.
Yeah, no idea if we're meant to go on to a break, do you know?
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It's very hard to tell on these.
Well, we didn't take one at the halftime, so we'll throw it to the break, and if they're not going to one, we'll come
Fair
right
enough.
back in and get it going live anyway. Although, as I say this, I realise the screen is now wrong because I updated it preemptively just in case it did end after that round. So
Let me check.
we're gonna
check to see. Hang on.
We're gonna look at the thanks for watching screen because the coming up one claims that the Mongols have won this map. I had it ready just in case.
Yeah, there is a break. There is
Oh,
a
cool.
break,
All
so.
right. Well, we'll BRB then in about 3 or so minutes.
I've come to make a name, ready for battle. 'Cause I got a thing to claim. Think that I'll crumble. I'll show you a mistake. Where you see me coming, better run for cover.
Alright everyone, welcome back. We said it'd be a quick enough break, and indeed that was the case. We're getting right back into the overtime now. I mean, the Mongols, they turned it around big time. The FyR only just about clinched out that final round for themselves in order to bring this towards the overtime, but now with neither team having to worry about economy, what are we thinking?
Yeah, let's see. I would favour the Mongols from here. We saw in the last few rounds their T side was looking incredibly solid. I'm sure the economy situation most certainly didn't help out FyR Esports, but if they can get themselves a 2-1, Mongols, I would favour them, even though their CT side wasn't the best. Techno actually got some chip damage there to Sanj. Of course, 12.5k overtime as well. The happy medium.
Happy medium, like a psychic? Very slow round being played out right now. Mongols knowing that FyR have a lot more nades than they had during any of those rounds previously, where they were somewhat struggling to pull the buys together. Ready for this A push now though. Unfortunately, Zingy not blocked off in towards Connector. Somehow able to hit the flick onto the second player as Techno goes down. Beat dropped.
He did. And that's actually really surprising that Techno wasn't able to get that trade. Sanj then checks underpass for the lurk, sees Blitz nicely. The Lionation and Haseka are caught 2 versus 5. And guess what? They're being flanked by Husky. Both kills for free. A perfect start to overtime for FyR Esports.
A very solid showing here from FyR to kick things off in their overtime. FyR need to take this, even with the victory here on Mirage. Inferno and Nuke could both still be pretty difficult, so this entire series is not going to be an easy task. That looked like it was on his butt, but whatever. Apparently not. He'll go out and instead take the kill onto Annihilation, who's jumping across top mid. Another chance at the kill, perhaps now from the player on short, but no, Sanj ends up taking the fight against Blitz instead and loses his head. Zingy over the smoke just about spots Steka and might even have a shot at another here as the jump there for Blitz was pretty risky. Gets spotted by Husky. I think it's taken down as he's making his way in towards the window. So it's a 4-on-2. FyR again looking to take themselves another convincing round here.
Yeah, a lot of risks being taken that seemingly are kind of pointless, really. I mean, like, I know Blitz needed to get into window to try and make something happen, but it didn't make much sense to me in that particular scenario, knowing that Con was occupied. Obviously, I think it didn't know how close he was to that smoke, but either way. And the double up setup is working very nicely for FyR Esports in this overtime. Asex gets himself 1, Zingy got 2. And Zingy did really well in that previous round, of course, as well. To get 2. And they went for their A-site play. Working out really nicely for them.
Bit of a struggle for Ace in the end, but eventually gets that final kill onto Bartek. 17-15. The Mongols are letting this one slip away. FyR on track for what could be a perfect CT half here, which will set them up incredibly well after, what, a 9-6 T side in the initial half? They'll only need
It was a 9-6, you're right.
if they can get this final one, so not a good spot for the Mongols to be in. But Litz has slowed down a bit as well. He's on 32 kills, so still kind of sticking towards that 1 kill a round mostly, but I think they need a bit more than that. They need a bigger push. Mid control pretty much uncontested at the very least here in this round.
Job Ace. Takes down Annihilation, going for a pick toward B. He's recovery here from Blitz, and he gets the frag, but takes a dink from Husky. And even though he makes his way straight through the murder hole, it's into the arms of Zingy. 4v3. Sanj, nice pre-aim. Haseka removed, and another situation for Mongols as they're just miles away, really. Every single round in overtime, they've had to battle back from severe disadvantages. And it's never going to be successful for them.
player in the CT spawn right now. That's Techno. Fortunately, I don't think he's going to get a chance to catch anyone unless Singing starts moving back through the spawn or something. Even then, Bartek getting the bomb across might be spotted from Shandaras there in the jungle, so
Yeah.
that's the only issue. But if he can get it across cleanly and get that planted for the spawn, then they have an opportunity to play the after plant, which could give them a bit of a shot in what is an otherwise near impossible 2-on-4. But no.
Oh, nice.
All hopes are destroyed very quickly.
Yeah, 6 seconds. He actually can get it planted, but obviously only in the open. He needed that to be swarmed. One more headshot means nout, because Mongols have lost every single round on their T side after what was a very nice end to regulation. They've completely been swept. And now they'll go on to their CT side, in which they only got 6 rounds, of course, in regulation. So they need 3 in a row to keep this map going.
This is crazy. I mean, the Mongols fought their way all the way back through during the regulation, only to, well, frankly, get ran over here in the overtime. Money at least won't be a problem, but they need 3 in a row just to send it to a second OT, so see if it's doable. Their CT side wasn't terrible once they found their footing. Obviously, they started off pretty poorly. Did manage to salvage it back to 6 rounds, if I remember correctly, and that was including losing against Pistols a couple times as well, so if they can make sure that nothing like that happens again. Shandaras? Not buying a gun? No? I think he was expecting his teammate to die maybe while pushing ramp.
Oh.
I think he was backing up the upper, expecting the upper maybe to die, and then he could just take it after if the trade came in.
I don't know. It's
Weird.
overtime. It's overtime. I don't see the reason to risk that with money. Yeah.
That's just what it looked like. Strange all around.
Managed to grab one anyway. Purchase it up quickly. Have the time to do it. Maybe that was a fallback option, right? Like if the op didn't die, then you go back. You just have enough time to go back and get the AK bought up. Who knows? Who knows what they had in their minds? Shandora is looking to fight away with the nades and connect as well. And she was kind of caught there. That nade will put him down from 70 to 30. He's very, very stuck. Techno needs to help out. Spamming from window and does some good damage, but no more than that. Oh, that nade from 50 to 6 HP on Husky.
Shandaras leads the charge up short. It's an up in the apartments they have to deal with. Thankfully, the initial shot being missed, and well, at this point now he's completely pinned in on the van. At the very least, 1 kill comes from this, and well, the fact that he even got the 1 was a little bit of a miracle. The problem now for FyR is that, well, kills are coming in elsewhere from the Mongols. There's not even going to be a bomb plant with the bomb down deep on short.
Yeah, that was what was really good there for Mongols is the fact that once they realised Azteca was under a lot of pressure with that secondary AWP, Azteca managed to waste probably as much time as he possibly could, and even managed to take 1 with him. But also they very, very quickly flanked 2 up cat, 2 up short in the action pretty quickly, and they just couldn't deal with the pinch, as you saw. So yeah, good heads up rotations from Mongols.
Ooh, Azteca trying to get aggressive, and Apps gets shut down by Zingy. That's not a good start. That's the opening kill in favor of FyR here. That puts all the pressure onto the Mongols now to try and make the play, and they've still got 2 ops actually in their possession right now. Techno picked that other one up and is gonna continue holding a pretty aggressive angle in the B apartments. They ideally want to get some actual aggression in though to find some info and get an idea as to what the game plan for FyR might be. It looks like it's going to be a B split here. Blitz has a chance to potentially shut down 2 of them in the apartments. If he gets them both, then that's going to be it. There we go. It's perfect. That gives them the ability now to fully focus in on short as this push comes in. Unfortunately, shots are not landing as Techno struggles slightly to make it work, and so far has only gotten himself the 1 kill. Eventually goes down. It's all onto Zingy. He has an AK now recovered in a 1-on-2, which is winnable.
It is winnable because he's still healthy, but Annihilation and Bartak have got some decent information on where he's running to. Annihilation certainly hears Zingy going off to plant on triple. So he'll wait for his teammates' rotation. What can Zingy get done here? This is for the map, of course. I think they do realise that CT is the only option. They've got a smoke for the bomb and a Molotov for CT as well, so they can deal with this one pretty comfortably, you'd imagine. Ticket will now be cleared out. That Molotov will spread. Smoke's on the bomb. What can Zingy do? Bartak elevates his position. They hear the spray. Damage done. Bartak will have to body block at some point. In the end, he doesn't need to because Zingy swings wide enough for him to see him comfortably. So, one more round for Mongols on CT side and we'll go again.
Yeah, on track for a second OT. Double up setup going to stay in play as well between Annihilation and Azteca. No op for FyR. I don't think it was a forced thing either. I think they had money if they wanted to get that op. Just deciding to stick on the rifles. And with everyone grouped outside A, it looks like they're going straight into an execute, so you can understand why they don't quite want the op in play. Bit more versatility with the AKs. One player up on Palace, one back in the CT spawn. If they put the nades down, they should be able to isolate some of these fights.
Couple of smokes for Zingy, tasked with probably throwing a couple. That would indicate to me that that's maybe a jungle and a top con. You can already see a few in action there. A double pump perhaps here for FyR Esports. The rotation for Mongols hasn't really been altered. They haven't budged really at all. Now the A player is about to come in. This is for their map pick. For Annihilation to try and save Mongols and send them into a second overtime. It's a nice first pick, and they have not cleared Bartak at all. That's the bomb on the floor. Even gets the second as well. Looking for a third before Shandaras finally takes him out. But Shandaras and Sanj left. Basically an impossible situation. There are so many players doing some straight-up duels, and Techno manages to take Sanj before Shandaras trades him. And with Blitz grabbing that one dig, we are going more. And that's impressive for Mongols, considering they only got 6 rounds on CT side in regulation. One more overtime to come, perhaps even more.
Yeah, who knows how long this is going to go at this point. Seems like whenever one team has the upper hand, they let it slip away. What is Annihilation's picture?
Is it him? Let me see.
I'm presuming so, but I mean more the facial expression he's making.
I think let me double check that. It's a good one, I will say.
Whoever got that picture of him caught him at a good/bad time, depending on the way you're looking at it. Can't tell if he was like disappointed or if he was mid-sneeze. But,
either way, it's amusing for sure.
18-18. Again, FyR desperately need to pick up the win here on Mirage, with it being their map choice. And with them being the underdogs as well, after putting up such a scrappy fight throughout, winning out multiple of the weaker buys as well. They really have given themselves all the opportunities they could. Here we go. We're live into the second overtime. Up this time for Zingy on the T side. 2 again on the side of the Mongols. They've been pretty consistent with that double op setup as long as they've had the money.
He's wearing glasses in his HLTV and Wikipedia photos. So I honestly, because of that, I can't tell if that's him or not. Anyway, more pressing matters rather than profile pictures. Azteca, that's a beautiful shot. Actually kills the player I didn't expect him to shoot, to be honest. The player on the right would be the one to fall, but gets the headshot on Husky before he gets instantly traded. He did reface immediately, which was, I would say, a bit bold. But that is what the Mongols like to be. Bold, for sure. And Annihilation is being bold right now by pushing all the way through ramp with the AWP. Bartak boots up toward Ticket. He's in trouble now because he's going to be pinched by Palace soon enough. And Zingy can hold for the refall back as well. Even looking towards short. Here's the rotation. Perfect positioning. This is just really smart heads-up play. But there has been a disconnection in the meantime, which is kind of an issue. It's actually made it a 3 versus 3 in the end. But thankfully, Annihilation, for FyR Esports' sake, will get found. So, still a man advantage.
Bartek there. Shutting down Shandera's. Even with that, though, the bomb planted for ramp right now. It's going to be the double swing as soon as they try and tap the bomb. And well, Shandera's just takes the initial contact, finishes it off in the end as well. Triple kill for himself, and it's FyR again who pick up the opening round of the overtime. Seen it before. Seen them get all 3 in a row before letting us slip away and then losing 3 of their own. So it really is damn near impossible to predict how this is going to play out. Getting a little bit of a pause as well.
Slightly unexplainable. Yeah, the pauses for the disconnection, of course, which is, I do believe that actually made an impact mid-round as well, because it was definitely a 4v3 before the disconnection, right? So, yeah, put it down to a 3v3 before Annihilation got found. Important to stay calm in those situations.
Here we go. Single op setup this time around for the Mongols. Don't quite have the economy to keep the double op going. Bit slower as well. FyR, it looks like, I think, expecting maybe some aggression to come in, some sort of a response from the Mongols. Well, it looked like they were tempted to get aggressive on the apps. Smoke gonna go down so that they don't give anything away. The op's been holding there a few times, and it is again, so good idea to put that smoke down.
Yeah, it's a nice deep one. I believe it bounces off the corner and lands just in front of the actual apartment area. Going aggressive in mid. He's about to have many players coming his way, and he actually will just scrape away into connector. It's a smart decision, and he gets away with a pick thanks to that decision. And he's just got to worry about the underpass side of connector and the mid side of connector, because there are 2 players coming his way, or there were, before the rotation came away, and he's managed to leg up Sanj as well. Good damage from Annihilation in this round. He's up to 22 kills in this game, been a little bit quiet. Blitz has been the main man with 37 so far. Looks like an A execute is the answer for FyR Esports with 30 seconds to go.
Oh, straight up headshot from Annihilation. He's going to pick off a second, and really this is just shooting fish in a barrel at this point. Really wasn't too difficult. Finished up in towards connector by Blitz. It was 3 from Annihilation overall. He's been having a slower game, but shows up when it's needed. 19-19. This time the Mongols are at least able to put one on the board. Previous overtime, as we said, it was flawless halves from both of them, so we didn't really see much of an actual scrap between them.
Yeah.
Again, kind of just sticking with their standard default 2 around apps, which has been kind of surprising. I mean, obviously you send 1 through under, but we haven't really seen them doing too much towards under, at least in the early stages. 2 of them waiting for the mid aggression as well, and this time Zingy is gifted the peek up into apartments, but he doesn't expect a follow-up. Techno with the trade. Blitz is also pushed up mid in the meantime, and although he's gotten 1 kill, I was going to say he's in trouble here, being hunted by Shandera's, who finishes him off, and Ace walks out ramp in the meantime as well, putting the pressure on everywhere.
Yeah, they've been very insistent on walking into AWPs of both these 2 teams, it feels like, in this overtime. But that frag from Ace is critical. He's had a very quiet game overall. Annihilation now needs to be the man to do the heavy lifting, you'd imagine. He's fallen back in towards CT, though. Mongols 1 on B, 1 on A. If Annihilation can get 1 and fall back, he can wait for the rotation and perhaps go for a 2v2 retake. He's got good utility, and Techno does have that smoke for the bomb, but Annihilation looks for the information, and Ace just rips his head off. We think for sure that the AWP would have the advantage in that scenario, but not to be. Now Techno on the rotation with the AWP. 1v3 with the AWP picked up. It's going to be difficult for him to deal with. Spots the first zone. 5-7 out for the second. Gets both. And now it's all down to Ace. AWP picked up. Of course, as I said, But the smoke is not going to favour him. He'll be spotted, and Ace only needs to hit one bullet, and he will. Oh, it's spooky. Great attempt from Techno. NT for sure, but it's FyR Esports to take a 2-1 this time around.
Yeah, managing to keep the advantage wherever they can. This has been a crazy long game of Mirage so far. Hopefully we don't have too long of a pause this time. I don't think we'll be taking a few minutes or anything like we did before. I'm sure the guys do need a moment to cool down, as I said, with how long this game has been going on already.
Indeed.
Inferno and maybe even Nuke to go in this series.
Yeah, I have a feeling Inferno might be pretty insane. We don't see many saves in this region between these sort of rosters, so I think chance for some explosive gameplay on Inferno rather than a save fest that we might see at Tier 1.
Yeah, if we ever get to Inferno, who knows? We might just keep going with Mirage for as long as we can.
Forever, forever.
The plan, it looks like, from how the boys are playing. We'll see. Should be readying up soon enough here, I would imagine, to get back into the action. Again, I don't know what to expect, because sometimes you look at the first half of the first overtime rather, and you say, okay, whatever, they got like 2 rounds on their CT or whatever. But both of them just got 3, so really is about who can make that slight difference. I mean, the MongolZ, they managed to get themselves the 1 that time on the CT side. Now, if they can take themselves at least 2, they could confirm the other overtime. If they can get the flawless full 3, again, it could be the win. It's doable, but even then, 22. I mean, that seems pretty difficult.
22 is that magic number. Hard to call who I'd favour overall. Blitz, oh my goodness. I don't think we've seen much in this round so far, but already he's been taken down to 2 HP, but in the meantime, Hesteka just makes a play up connector and gets himself all 3 kills. Goodness me, that round has just fallen apart solely thanks to Hesteka. And Techno will even flank Ace looking up Cat as well. That was wild. Blitz got tagged in the meantime. There was a very comfortable angle being held by the AWP, and then Hesteka just takes the duel, straight up con, double spray down, and manages to find short as well. That was just a deletion.
Tied up again, 2020.
That was a bad year.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I said that and then immediately just like flashbacks. Quiet for a minute. Husky, that's a crazy charge out of connector. He saw the player coming in up close as well and bypassing him. We called that over to Shinderas, who was ready for it, and well, despite Zingy getting caught off guard from Palace, he's somehow alive as well. He even gets the kill himself. I thought his teammate was going to take it for him surely, but no. That's ridiculous. I don't know how they've gotten away with that. Annihilation is alone.
In another world, Bartek gets both there, because he's caught Shinderas off guard by creeping out of Palace before the Molotov, and he's almost sprayed down the AWPer because he can see his butt sticking out from triple. So this round could have gone completely differently. Okay, Annihilation. That was the quickest quickscope ever. But anyway, FyR Esports finally have another chance to actually finish this one off. They had 3 at 18-15. Finally, they have 1 more at 21-20. And on CT side as well. Let's see if they can get it done. Inferno is next up. If they can sort it out. This is, of course, their pick, FyR Esports' pick, this particular map. So it's taking them a while to get it sorted, but pretty close, I think. MongolZ favourites, but not their pick. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I think he's in the right position. First critical pick goes his way. They're 4 frags away from the next map.
this looks like it might be it unless the Mongols have something crazy up their sleeve, and that is not happening. They are being picked apart right now. That is confirmation for me to go ahead and update the graphic. It looks like to show that FyR have taken the first map, unless Asteka can somehow get a 1v4 clutch, and that's not going to happen. 22-20, that is if FyR managed to get the win here